Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. When are the UK data releases and how could they affect GBP USD? http ntvforex.com News ID 408D144 minutes ago by Anil Panchal. The UK economic data overview. The British economic calendar is all set to entertain trading during the dull hours of early Friday, at 0600 GMT, with July month GDP and BSP figures for 2020. Also increasing the importance of that time are trade balance and industrial production details for the stated period. Having witnessed over 20% contraction of economic activities in the second quarter Q2, market players will be interested in the GDP figures of the first month of the third quarter Q3. Forecasts suggest that the UK NBSP GDP will ease 6.7% MOM in July versus 8.7% prior, while the index of services 3M for the same period is seen recovered from 19.9% to 19.2%. Meanwhile, the manufacturing production, which makes up around 80% of total industrial production, is expected to rise 5% MOM in July against 11% recorded in June. Further, the total industrial production is expected to come in at 4.0% MOM as compared to the previous reading of 9.3%. Considering the yearly figures, the industrial production for July is expected to have dropped by 8.9% versus 12.5% previous, while the manufacturing production is also anticipated to have declined by 10.5% in the reported month versus 14.6% last. Separately, the UK goods trade balance will be reported at the same time and is expected to show a deficit of a 6.9 billion versus a 5.1 billion deficit reported in June. Deviation impact on NBSP GBP USD. Readers can find FX Street's proprietary deviation impact map of the event below. As observed, the reaction is likely to remain confined around 20 pips in deviations up to or 2, although in some cases, if notable enough, a deviation can fuel movements over 60-70 pips. How could affect GBP USD at the press time? The GBP USD pauses the previous day's heavy losses while bouncing off a 7-week low. In doing so, the cable refreshes the intraday high above 1.2820. It should, however, be noted that the para's latest pullback becomes minimal while comparing the weekly losses of over 460 pips, the highest in 6 months. Although Brexit headlines continue to govern the GBP USD prices off late, today's GDP figures may extend the corrective bounce if flashing any more positive outcomes than already expected. While the easing of the coronavirus COVID-19-led restrictions offer hopes of positive reading, the virus wave 2.0 challenges the activity growth. Hence, traders will pay close attention to the key data with expectations of recovering the latest losses. Traders should also be cautious, as a major disappointment from data will be very welcomed by the bears already cheering Brexit pessimism. Technically, 100-day EMA and a 6-month-old resistance line, previous support, question the GBP USD para's consolidation amid bearish MACD. As a result, the quota's another attempt to break the 200-day EMA level of 1.2750 can be ruled out. In doing so, the early July tops surrounding 1.267065 will be on the seller's radars. Alternatively, a daily close beyond the 100-day EMA level of 1.2830 will have to cross the support turned into resistance, around 1.2875, to regain the power in attacking August month's low near 1.298580. Keynotes: GBP USD risk reversals slide to 4-month low on put demand. GBP USD price analysis: 100-day EMA probes bounce off 7-week low. About the UK economic data: the gross domestic product released by NBSP. The NBSP Office for National Statistics (NBSP-ONS). NBSP is a measure of the total value of all goods and services produced by the UK. The GDP is considered as a broad measure of the UK economic activity. Generally speaking, a rising trend has a positive effect on the GBP, while a falling trend is seen as negative or bearish. The manufacturing production released by the Office for National Statistics (ONS) measures the manufacturing output. Manufacturing production is significant as a short-term indicator of the strength of UK manufacturing activity that dominates a large part of total GDP. A high reading is seen as positive or bullish for the GBP, while a low reading is seen as negative or bearish. The trade balance released by the Office for National Statistics (ONS) is a balance between exports and imports of goods. A positive value shows trade surplus, while a negative value shows trade deficit. It is an event that generates some NBSP volatility (NBSP) for the GBP. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me/mt5.expert.advisors.